thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. I know you want to watch the video. Before I get into the content, I'm going to talk about my nonprofit, the Accelerated Training Program, a cybersecurity and digital literacy nonprofit based in Charlotte, North Carolina. We are looking to provide accessible cybersecurity education and digital literacy skills to underrepresented groups from the K through 12 space right now, but we have on our roadmap collegiate, elderly populations, etc. Pretty much anyone from an underrepresented group. We want them to get cybersecurity education and digital literacy skills to bring them into the ever increasing digital world that we live in now. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, we do have a donate button if you would like to donate monetarily. We're always accepting donations. If you would like to volunteer your time, we have a volunteer tab where we're looking for workshop volunteers. Currently, we have 1 month workshops, but we're looking to expand that in 2024. Board members, advisory board members, and a grant writer. So if you're a grant writer, if you have experience in grant writing and also winning grants, we would definitely love to have you on our team. To be considered, please complete the volunteer form here, which is a link that will navigate you to a Google form. And again, we're a cybersecurity, digital literacy nonprofit, and we would love to work with you if that is your passion as well. Thank you. Have a good day. And now the video is going to start. Hello, and welcome to another video for Advent of Cyber 2023. We're going to look at day 7 log analysis, tis the season for log chopping. So let me start the machine, and I'm going to start, oh, Jesus. Okay, the attack box is starting. Okay. So let's review. Okay. The story. To take revenge for the company demoting him to regional manager during the acquisition, Tracy McGrady installed the Cryptoiminer, a malware he downloaded from the dark web on all workstations and servers. Even more worrying and unknown to McGrady, this malware includes a data stealing functionality which the malware author benefits from. That's why you got to be careful. You shouldn't be downloading malware anyway, because you might want to use it for one thing and in turn it's used for something else. The malware has been executed and now a lot of unusual traffic is being generated. What's more, a large bandwidth of data is seen to be leaving the network. That is bad. Forensic McBlue assembles a team to analyze the proxy logs and understand the suspicious network traffic. So, the learning objectives are: we will focus on the following vital learning lessons to assist Forensic McBlue in uncovering the potential incident, revisiting log files and their importance, understanding what a proxy is and breaking down the contents of a proxy log, building Linux command line skills to parse log entries manually, analyzing a proxy log based on typical use cases. So, a primer on logs. Before analyzing a dataset of proxy logs, let's first revisit what log files are. A log file is like a digital trail of what's happening behind the scenes in a computer or software application. It records important events, actions, errors, or information as they happen. It helps diagnose problems, monitor performance, and record what a program or application is doing. For clarity, let's look at a quick example. So we see an IP address. We see a date, October 25th, 2023 at 9:11 and 14 seconds. And it's using a HTTP GET to get the resource robots.txt through HTTP 1.1, which is the current HTTP standard, a 200, which meant it was successful. This is the number of bytes, I believe. Okay. So let's see if I got that right. Source IP timestamp HTTP request, which is here, HTTP status code, and then the user agent is right here. Okay. Being able to intercept a log entry allows you to contextualize the events, whether for debugging purposes or for hunting potential threat activity. So, what is a proxy server? Since the data to be analyzed is a proxy log, we must understand a proxy server. A proxy server is an intermediary between your computer or device and the internet. When you request information or access a web page, your device connects to the proxy server instead of connecting directly to the target server. The proxy server then forwards your request to the internet, receives the response, and sends it back to your device. To visualize this, refer to the diagram. So this is without the proxy. So the user access google.com, they automatically connect. With the proxy server, they attempt to access google.com. This intermediary, the proxy server, is in the middle. So the request first goes to the proxy server, then it goes to google.com. A proxy server offers enhanced visibility into network traffic and user activities. Since it logs all web requests and responses, this enables system administrators and security analysts to monitor which websites users access, when, and how much bandwidth is used. It also allows administrators to enforce policies and block specific websites or content categories. Given that our task is hunting suspicious activity on the proxy log, we need to know what possible malicious activity can be seen inside one. So let's elaborate on a few examples. Download a temp of a malicious binary. So connection to a known malicious URL, evil.com, malicious.exe. Data exfiltration, high count of outbound bandwidth due to file upload. Continuous C2 connection, high count of outbound connections to a single domain in regular intervals. We'll expand on these concepts in the following tasks. So, for this room, we need the VM. Split screen is available. There's no direct link. We don't need remote desktop SSH, and it says we don't need the attack box. But when we started the machine, it started the attack box. Okay. We must understand the log contents to work on the data set provided. To make things fun, let's start playing with it by clicking the start machine. Okay, so we did that. Okay, so now let's go to desktop. Okay, I'm gonna say Ubuntu desktop. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Oh. Okay, so Linux is case sensitive. So okay, so I don't see a desktop. Home, Ubuntu. Okay, I don't see that. So where? I think it's in here. Okay, file system. Okay, I don't see home, Ubuntu, desktop, artifacts. So I don't see this. this is as root. Okay. Okay, so I was in the attack box. That's why we can't see it. So let me close. Terminate. Okay. Because I was in the wrong section. Okay, there it go. Because I started the attack box, which we did not need. So that was my bad. Okay, so desktop artifacts. Okay, so we're here. Okay, here. Okay, you can skip this section if you're familiar with Linux, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, so now that we're in the artifacts directory, let's start learning some Linux commands while playing with the dataset. Cat, short for concatenate, allows you to combine and display the contents of multiple files. This command on a single file will enable you to display its contents. You can try this command by following the one below. So if we say cat access.log, it printed everything. You might have been overwhelmed by the contents of the proxy log. This is because the cat command dumps all the contents and only stops once the end of the file has been rendered. But don't worry, we'll learn more tricks to optimize the output of our commands in the following sections. Less. The less command allows you to view the contents of a file one page at a time. Compared to the cat command, this allows you to easily review the contents without being overwhelmed by the large quantity of the log file. So we can say less access.log. And we can keep going by pressing space or Q to quit. Okay, head. The head command lets you view the contents at the top of the file. Try executing head access.log to view the first 10 entries of the log. To specify the number of lines to be displayed, use the -n option together with the count. Use the -n option together with the count of lines, similar to the command below. So if we say head -n1, that means we're showing only the first line. Yep. Tail. In contrast to the head command, the tail command allows you to view the end of the file easily. To display the last 10 entries of the log, execute tail access.log. Okay. Like the head command, you can specify the number of lines using the -n. So if we say tail -n1 access.log, that means we're only going to print one line. The WC command stands for word count. It's command line tool that counts the number of lines, words, and characters in a text file. So if we say word count access.log, by default, it prints the count of lines, words, and characters as shown in the terminal. For this task, we only need to focus on the line count, so we can use the -L, and that will give us 49,081 lines. You can probably tell why we got overwhelmed by the cat command. The line count of access.log is 49,081 lines. NL. The NL command stands for number lines. It renders the contents of the file in a number line format. So if we say number line access.log. Yep, it prints in everything by the line. The command is very helpful if used before the head or tail command, since the line number can be used as a reference in trimming the output. Knowing the line number of the log entry allows you to easily manage the values rendered as output. Now that we have started seeing the log contents, let's keep learning about them by breaking down each log entry. So now we're going to start chopping. LogMcBlue tells us that he has configured the Squid proxy server to use the following log format: timestamp, source IP, domain, port, HTTP method, HTTP URI, status code, response size, user agent. So this is how it will look: timestamp, source IP, domain, port, HTTP method, HTTP URI, status code, response size, user agent. Okay. As you can see in the table above, we can break the log entry down and assign a value to each value so that it can be easily interpreted. Now let's continue by using another Linux command line tool to split the log entries per column. This is the cut command. The cut command allows you to extract specific sections, columns of lines from a file or input stream by cutting the line into columns based on a delimiter and selecting which columns to display. This can be done using the -D option for delimiter and the F for position. The example below uses space as its delimiter and only displays the timestamp, column 1, after cutting the log with space. So cut D, and our delimiter is a space, and we want the first column, which will be the timestamp, and we're going to specify the file. And the reason why we're using a space is because if you look here, the delimiter is a space. So this is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 3, column 3, column 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So if we said column 6, that returns us the status codes. Okay? Now, it's also possible to select multiple columns, just like in the example below, which chooses the timestamp, column 1, domain, port, column 3, and status code, column 6. So if we say 1, 3, 6, timestamp, domain, port, and the code, HTTP code. Lastly, the space delimiter won't work if you plan to get the user agent since its value may contain a space, like here. So, given this, you must change the delimiter and select column 2 because the user agent is enclosed in double quotes. You see that it's in double quotes. So if we say cut D log, so it gives us the user agent. In the example above, we use column 2 since column 1 will provide the contents before the first use of double quotes. So let's do it and let's see what we get. And so we get everything before the user agent. Okay, Linux pipes. In the previous section, we introduced some Linux commands that will be useful for investigation. To utilize all these commands and produce an output that can provide meaningful information, we use Linux pipes. In Linux or Unix-like systems, operating system, a pipe, or this character, is a way to connect 2 or more commands to make them work together seamlessly. It allows you to take the output of one command and use it as input for another. We'll introduce more commands by going through some use cases. Okay, so first, get the first 5 connections made by 10, 10, 140, 96. So to do this, we're going to use grep. We're going to combine grep and head. grep is a command in Linux that is used for searching text within files or input streams. It typically follows the syntax grep option string to search and file name. So if we say grep and we want 10.10.140.96 and we want to say access.log. Next, we're going to pipe that and we want the first 5 connections. So in that case, we're going to use head because remember, tail looks at the bottom of the file and we're going to specify 5. So here you see we found the first 5 rows of 10.10.140.96. Okay. Get the list of unique domains accessed by all workstations. In this, we're going to use sort and unique with the cut command. Sort is a Linux command used to sort the lines of text files or input streams in ascending or descending order, while the unique command allows you to filter out and display unique lines from a sorted file or input stream. The unique command requires a sorted list to be effective because it only compares the adjacent lines. Okay, so to achieve our goal, we will start by getting the domain column and removing the port. When we have the list of domains, we'll sort it and get the unique list using the sort and unique. So first, if we say cut D, and we're doing by space for the timestamp, we're going to say the third column. So this is going to get us the domain and port. Next, we're going to pipe that, and we're going to do another cut, and our delimiter is going to be the colon, and we want the first row. So that means it's only going to return the domain. Okay. Now, from here, we're going to send that to sort. And then from there, you'll see some are repeating. Then we're going to do unique. Okay. So now we have the unique domains right here. Okay. You can try to execute the commands one at a time to see the results before adding a piped command. Display the connection count made on each domain. Okay. We already have the list of unique domains based on our previous use case. Now we only need to add some parameters to our commands to get the count of each domain accessed. So at the end, we're going to add the -c, which is going to give us a count. Okay, so that is going to give us the count, the -c for unique. Moreover, the result can be sorted again based on the count of each domain by using the -n option of the sort command. So for instance, if we wanted to sort this in ascending order, you'll see that here. Based on the result, you can see that the count of connections made for each domain is sorted in ascending order. If you want to make the output appear in descending order, we use the -r. Note that it can also be combined with the N option and R option, so it can be written as NR. And so if we do that, it's in descending order. You can play with the above commands to test your capabilities in combining Linux commands using pipes. Okay. Hunting down the malicious traffic. Now that we have developed our skills needed to assist Forensic MacBlue, let's get down to business. To start hunting for suspicious traffic, let's try the top domains as accessed by the users and see if the users access any unusual domains. You can do this by reusing the previous command to retrieve the connection count for each domain and tell it to get the last 10 items. So let's say -n tail. So we won't get the last 10. So we have something. Frostlings.bigbadstash.thm. So this is it. So this is the domain. Okay. Okay. We use the command tail dash n10 since the list is sorted in ascending order, and because of this, the domains with the high connection count are positioned at the end of the list. So that's why we did that. Check the list of domains, and you'll see that Microsoft owns most of them. Out of the 10 domains, we can see one seems unusual. Let's use that domain with the grep and head commands to retrieve the first 10 connections. So we're going to say grep uh, frostlings.bigbadstash.thm access.log head 5. Okay. So we see storage.php goodies. Upon checking the list of requests made to the domain, we see something unusual with the string passed to goodies. Let's try to retrieve the data by cutting the request URI with the equals as the delimiter. So again, we're going to say cut the, and again, we're because the delimiter here is space, and we're going to say the fifth column. So that's going to get us this storage.php goodies equals, and then we're going to do cut again, and we're going to have the delimiter be the equal sign. So it's going to give us this portion here, F2. Okay. Oh. Okay. Based on the format, the data sent seems to be encoded with base 64. Using this theory, let's pipe this to base 64, and the dash D is to decode. And what do you know? We have names. Okay. Did you notice that the decoded data seems to be sensitive data? This might be a case of data exfiltration. Okay. You have completed the investigation through log analysis and uncovered the stolen data. The next step for Forensic Blues team in this incident is to apply mitigation steps like blocking the malicious domain to prevent any future any any further impact. Okay, so that was my phone. How many unique IP addresses are connected to okay, so I use this. Okay. Okay, hold on. So this is, okay, hold on. Cat access log. Okay. Okay, F. So the column is 2. Let's see what this return. Oh, Jesus. Okay, this isn't going to work because I need to provide a file. So access.log. Okay. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. How many unique how many unique domains were accessed by all workstations? So I'm gonna say cat access.log, and I'm gonna say cut D, and I'm gonna say F123. Access.log. So that's gonna return that. Now if I say cut D, F1 access.log. Okay. So then sort unique. Let me go to the bottom. Okay. 111. Yep. Okay. So I had to add the word count to the end. So 111. Okay. What status code is generated by the HTTP request to the least access domain? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to come back to the status code for the least access. Okay. What is the source code? So if I say grep, what was it? Frost things that big bad stash .thm. Okay. What is the source IP? 10.10.185.225. Okay. How many requests? 1581. Okay. Having retrieved the exfiltrated data, what is the hidden flag? Okay. Let me. Come on. Okay. Okay. Okay, grep. That's not what I wanted. Okay, grep. Cross links that big bad stash.thm. Access.log. Cut 5. Okay. So, okay. In another way, you probably could have found this. Okay, so let's copy. Uh, okay, so another way we could have found this. Let's see if it will find it. Yep. So when you we added the grep THM, and you see it found it, a gift for you for your awesome analyst. So again, once you get good with Linux command line, you become a beast. Okay, so I'm gonna access.log. Okay. So we're going to say cut D F F3 cut D F1 because we're going to get the domain sort unique or count L. Let's see what this returns. Oh, this ain't gonna work. I forgot the file. Okay. So okay, I think I have it. Sort unique C sort N. Okay. Okay. I think it might be partner. This is going so slow. Come on. Yes. Oh, it was. Hmm. I don't know if this is it. It might be McGreedy's Secret 2. Okay. Oh, this is going so slow. $503. Yep, 503. Okay. So we completed the room. Woohoo. So we learned quite a bit in this room. We learned how to become a Linux ninja with cut. With cut, remember you can use this to cut to get specific data. Now remember the data is in columns, so you use the dash D and the delimiter, excuse me, for the access log, the delimiter was space. But again, but for spaces except for the domain import, where the delimiter was the colon, and then for the user agent, where the delimiter was double quotes. From there, we also use the sort to sort everything, and then the unique to get the unique entries. So as you notice, there's a lot of duplication. So sorting and then finding the unique occurrence only prints it one time. And then with unique, you can do the count. And then with sort, you can say dash n for also the count. And if you wanted to do sorting in descending order, you would use the R. And yeah, so we just use that. Oh, and we also use grep, where we can look for a particular string in our file, and our file was access log. Head prints the top of a file. You can specify the number of lines. We did that here with 5. Also with tail, that does from the end of the file. And then again, you can specify the lines with dash n and the number of lines. Base 64-D is we decoded base 64, which is here because we were looking and it was like, this kind of looks like base 64. Once we did that, we were able to get the data that was exfiltrated. To get the final answer, we also piped this, and then we did grep for THM to find the flag, because we know try hack me flag starts with THM. So I hope you learned quite a bit in this video, and I can't wait to see you for the next one. Have a good day. Bye.